It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
Alright guys, it's time to get some of the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travis T.
And I am Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
Oh, perfect. Your loud at the beginning is back.
Alright, so hopefully these difficulties will go away. Hopefully these difficulties will go away.
Maybe.
That was strange, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you know, here's the thing, Nubby. You've been on the show now for, what is it? It's been about 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
And minimal technical difficulty, so it ain't that bad. It ain't bad, man. We gotta take that as a win.
The only thing is, I don't use the headset for other than this.
I know.
It's supposed to be for my PlayStation, but I don't use it. So.
But it's good. No, we're good. We're here. We got some shows to talk about. More excitingly, we got to talk about shows that you wrestled on.
I did wrestle this weekend.
Good. So I'm excited to hear about that. We also got to talk about Halloween Havoc because that happened this past weekend, last Saturday. So we didn't do predictions on it, but it's okay because the less we do predictions, the more guaranteed I am to win this year, and I'm okay with that. One thing
we could have got a reminder.
I think I sent a message that said send in predictions on Friday, not by Friday, on Friday, and not one person did it. I remembered. I just didn't do it because no one else did.
Well, I forgot because I had a show that day.
Hey man, it's cool. You're a busy guy.
I know.
Fucking Nub's got shit to do. I get it. Let me ask you before we start about Halloween Havoc, something else that's relatable to televised wrestling. And I want to get your response on the discussions that have been going about CM Punk being bought out of his contract.
Well, that's the crazy part about contracts, man.
Millions of dollars, no compete. He'll pretty much have to sit at home.
Right. And then if they don't buy him out, he still gets to sit at home and still make money.
Yeah.
But more. He'll get paid more.
Yeah.
Probably.
The thing I'm curious about most is I don't know if it's like first off, no compete, whatever it is. I don't see CM Punk going to WWE for any reason as a wrestler. I don't know if you ever had a chance to ever hear his interview he did on Cole Cabana's podcast like years ago. But a lot of the problems he had focused almost around Triple H for some parts.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they're running the show, I don't see him really finding interest in going to WWE to be a wrestler. Now, when he did go back for that really brief period before COVID, it was more of just being an analyst on like their Fox Smack Talk or Raw, whatever the fuck it was called.
And that was more of a Fox thing than a WWE.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, so it's I don't see the no compete being a factor when it comes to him being released in the sense of going to WWE. But is that no compete also for like New Japan or NWA? Impact. Stuff like that. Because Ring of Honor isn't really an option anymore. That's owned by Tony Khan too. So I don't know. As far as the wrestling business goes on that idea, it seems very, WCW buyout, major stars, just sitting at home getting paid. It seems like a fucking waste.
Yeah.
Obviously, they got to honor the contract. I don't understand why they can't just, accept what happened and move forward. But at the same time, I don't I don't know if it's a Punk thing. I'm like, listen, I don't want to wrestle here anymore. I don't think that's the case. I think they're just kind of like figuring out, hey, is it better we just let him go to kind of stop the issues between him, Omega, the Young Bucks, shit like that. You know?
It brought a dark cloud, for sure. Bad aura. Which we all knew. We all knew that was going to happen. That was one of the first concerns I had when he was first signed was, what about him and Colt Cabana being in the same company? That was going to be an issue, and it was an issue without it being an official issue.
Yep.
It was egged on in a way, and instead of, being professional and walk away from it, he went with it and spoke his mind, which sometimes, great, but sometimes you gotta learn to shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, Tony Khan being the big fucking wrestling fan he is and watching the business pre-AEW, he should have known the kind of person he was spending all this money on. He should have known that this was going to happen. CM Punk made a career on pissing people off and saying things that people didn't want to hear. His own truth, whether, however you want to look at it. It's his own truth. It's not what everyone's thinking, it's what he's thinking. And he'll go out there and he'll fucking say it. Now, the thing that bothers me the most is that they want to put all the blame on Punk, but the thing is, Tony Khan sat right next to Punk during that press conference and just allowed it to keep fucking happening. Made his goofy little fucking facial expressions, but kept letting him do it. And it obviously has to do with the fucking money he's spending on it. It's like, well, I can't really say anything because, we owe him this much money and I don't want to fucking lose him. But look where we are now anyways. They're going to spend millions of fucking money that they could give to other fucking talent for a guy to fucking sit at home.
See, Tony Khan fucked up. He was so worried about the money that he may or may not lose if he were to say some shit to Punk about it. He should have been more worried about the reputation of his company. Because now, in a way, the company itself has a bad reputation. Like I said, bad aura, dark cloud.
Yeah.
And he did nothing about it. And to me, he was dumb and unprofessional. He should have stopped him. Vince McMahon would have cut him off.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that people thought was, I guess, in out of everything that I heard from people who left WWF as if it was like the biggest shithole to work for, the one thing everyone agreed that was a positive is that every decision starts and stops with Vince McMahon. No matter what, at the end of the day, he makes the final call. And I get that Tony Khan tried to be that guy, but he also tried to be everyone's fucking friend. And now he lets the fucking pretty much inmates run the asylum, do what they want, say what they want, because he thinks it's going to, bring, a fan base there because of the realism and all this shit. But the thing is, everything's getting way too personal, and now people are, refusing to work with people. And it's a hard situation to be in because the guys that CM Punk's have an issue with are also executives of AEW. And these, Young Bucks, Omega, you get rid of them, they'll go to fucking WWE, they'll go to NXT just to fucking spite, Tony Khan.
Yep.
CM Punk, I think he'd rather take the money and sit at fucking home than go to, WWE and fucking wrestle for Triple H or Stephanie Pritchard or anybody over there. I think Paul Heyman might be the only guy that he would have any, interest in going over there and fucking, working with. But it's a good fucking situation. I don't understand where people find the excitement and joy of watching AEW, because every time I watch it, I don't see, an entertaining show when it comes to pro wrestling. I still think WWE is always going to be the top place, and I think AEW needs to start doing what TNA did and what TNA realized. You're never going to beat WWE. Just be your own fucking thing. Stop signing all these former talents because you think it's going to draw more people in. They got all these great talents over there, but they're still not getting the fucking numbers.
Right.
And It's fucking goofy. I'm excited to see what that ultimately ends up in. But I do want to talk about Havoc because I do want to get into the indie shit because that's the fun stuff to talk about because you're in that life.
Hell yeah.
So I want to talk about the matches. Give me some feedback on them because you watched it. So, let's see, I don't want to talk about that match. Okay, let's talk about the ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. Wesley picked up the victory against Carmelo Hayes, Mensa, Von Wagner, and Nathan Fraser. First thing I do want to talk about, and I want to get your opinion on, is Von Wagner taking out not only everyone in the ring, but also a couple people in the front row with that ladder.
A little bit rambunctious. Slow your ass down, bro. Pay attention.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
all I can.
what I will say in his defense is I think the length of that ladder shouldn't have been placed where it was. That should have been probably towards like the entrance or maybe by the announcer's table. But yeah, at the same time, he's pulling that thing up, putting it up over the guardrail. Not only the guardrail, but the fucking plastic barrier that's there as well. And basically shoving it into some woman's fucking face. Now, as far as I know, she's fine. But, I mean, it's one of the things that you sit here and watch this guy who's been in NXT for well over a year. These are rookie fucking mistakes that he's making.
Yeah.
You know, but the match was pretty fucking exciting. Wesley wasn't gonna be my pick to win. I thought honestly it would have gone to either Von Wagner. I don't think back to Carmelo because I think Carmelo's on the verge of going up to the next level sometime soon. Mensa I think would have been like my second choice to Von Wagner, but I thought the powerhouse guy would have gotten the opportunity to get it.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the match. You know, like we were talking about AEW and like some of the stuff that they do, not so much entertaining and also their matches. Did on the AEW subject, did you see the video clip of Tony Khan talking about how they don't train like they should be or they're not practicing enough? Well, yeah, he was something along those lines that they don't train like often, and it does show that they don't because you see a lot of mistakes on AEW in matches.
Mm-hmm.
In this ladder match, maybe a little bit of hiccups here and there, but not very noticeable.
No.
And everything they did was crisp as hell. And that's because they have a great fucking training program at the Performance Center.
Yeah, there was I read an article that just kind of talk about some of Shawn Michaels' thoughts about what was going on as far as NXT goes. And one of the thoughts that he had is that as a trainer, as a guy who's building the next generation of talent, as far as it comes down to other companies taking people from them, he's not too upset or worried about it because it just shows that they're doing their job there. And I think that's a pretty cool mindset to have. I mean, obviously, everyone always wants to be like the next big thing, the next best thing. Honestly, I think right now, if you're in NXT, you stay in NXT and you learn to grow. Because as of right now, if you go over to AEW, your best bet is to end up on one of their fucking YouTube shows.
Yeah.
You know, Dynamite, Rampage, and stuff like that. They have enough big talent to fill those matches week in and week out. And I don't want to take anything away from Dark and Elevation because there's been a lot of cool people on there. We've seen even people from this area, people that we know from, well, you know more than I do, but the people I've known, John Hudson, JPH, Evil Sierra, has been on, you know, these AEW darks and stuff like that, and that's a pretty cool concept. But the idea to move up into the next, you know, the televised stuff, it's fucking rare to believe that that's going to happen because Bryan Danielson, you know, Hangman Page, Moxley, you know, these guys. I mean, shit, they can't even get FTR on the fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so where you're at in NXT, fucking stay there. You know, they use people. People are constantly being used in some aspect or another, and people are growing up popularity. And when you grow your popularity, you grow forward. You know, Ciampa's one of the perfect examples. Fucking dude was in NXT for years, finally moved up to the main roster. Now, unfortunately, he's injured at the moment, which he fucking always is. But I mean, Gargano, same thing. You know, he was in NXT for a long time. He went away, had a kid. Now he's back. He's on the main roster. You know,
Yep.
But no, you're right. The ladder match, minus a couple of fucking hiccups, was pretty damn flawless. And especially like a majority of them, all but Von Wagner was a high flying guy. They fucking moved, and they put their body on the fucking line that entire fucking match.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see Wesley win. Obviously, you know, since his tag team partner got released because of some controversial picture, he didn't get lost in the shuffle. And I think that proves like what NXT is. You know, prove yourself. You're gonna get a chance. You're gonna get an opportunity.
Sure.
What about Apollo Crews and what the fuck he faced?
Shit. Ah,
Grayson Waller.
right.
Yeah. Casket match.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this. I think they watched WrestleTopia.
Yeah.
Because
of the casket.
the casket situation is exactly maybe a little different,
Yeah.
but pretty much fucking spot on to what happened in
Mm-hmm.
WrestleTopia with the body bag match. That was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, they watched WrestleTopia.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, like when I was watching, I got the same feeling. Now that you mention the same feeling I got when I was commentating WrestleTopia. Like you destroyed the one thing you needed to win this match. Now the only thing I didn't like it, and I'm fine with theatrics in wrestling. Honestly, going through this business, learning the wrestling aspect of the business, I become more fond of the promos and the behind the scenes shit, the theatrics of wrestling. I became more of a fan of than the actual wrestling in the ring. I didn't like the idea that when the lights went off and came back on, Apollo Crews was all the way at the top of the entrance, walking back down the casket. Obviously, you just went through a casket,
Yeah.
but yet you had enough wherewithal and enough energy to roll out of there, get all the way up there, and walk back down. It's like, fuck no, you
You're
just
not the Undertaker.
no. Realistically, if it was me, I would have had him roll out of it, kind of point up at the entrance or something like that, or look up at the entrance, and then they bring another one down. But other than that, I mean, it was a great fucking match. It's a good ending to a storyline. They built it really well, you know, with Apollo Crews, you know, showing that, you know, yeah, he is a former NXT guy who came back to NXT, but still proving who the fuck he was. I'm glad they got rid of that gimmick that they gave him,
That was bad.
yeah, the African Prince or the African King or whatever the fuck he was referred to as, using the South African accent and everything. It's like, don't give somebody an accent that they didn't have before, and don't try to sound as if they were hiding it the entire fucking time.
Right.
You know, it's just as bad as like them doing the whole Kofi thing, where all of a sudden Kofi accidentally spoke normally, and he said, "Well, I spoke like that because of my heritage." He's like, "Don't sell it like that. You know, just pretend it never happened. Move the fuck on."
Same thing with Lana.
Yeah,
An accent, and all of a sudden she's on Total Divas, and now she's normal.
yeah. So it's one of the things where the story ended well. Obviously, Apollo picked up the win. Great fucking finish, because it did seem like Wallen was going to win and, you know, give the next generation another victory over the guys who built that company.
Yep.
So we got Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade. Spin the wheel, make a deal. Ends up being a weapons match. I'm okay with the match. I wasn't too excited about it. I mean, obviously the feud they had with each other was pretty cool, but this was probably like at the bottom of, like, you know, if I had to do a ranking, this didn't break, like, you know, the top of anything. It wasn't like my top 3 matches or anything. It was a good match, but if I had to pick my least favorite match tonight, it was probably this one.
Well, we know it would have been Superfan Steve's least favorite.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he was probably trying to fast forward live television when this fucking thing came on. But they did have that cool spot though from the top of that I don't know, that pedestal, whatever the hell you want to call it.
I thought it was a little hokey the way it happened. It didn't it was a fun fall, but it's just the way they went into it. I think it should have been more powerful. It just seemed lazy.
Other than the fact that you had to like really focus on who was given who and a move off of it. I think they're going for a Russian leg sweep. It was a little wonky, but the fact that they did it is actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
because I remember when Pat McAfee when he took that fall against Adam Cole. Like, they actually showed the behind the scenes where Vince was actually showing him how to do it, and Vince jumped from up there. So, obviously they're careful with these high spots and everything, and they got the crash pads, and we all know that and everything. But the fact that these girls were willing to do it, and they're young too, like 20, 21, stuff like that, just shows how committed NXT stars are to proving themselves into the future, But nothing other than that one spot, nothing really like caught my eye in this match. It was.
I like the finish. It wasn't bad.
Julius Creed took on Damon Kemp.
I'm not a big fan of ambulance matches, honestly. I think
it's just a casket match.
Yeah, in a way, yes. It's the same thing as a stretcher match.
Yeah,
I'm not. Those are like two of the ones I don't like out of all the special matches. That was a good match though. They beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
But
I would have preferred Kemp winning though, because I think you could have built the story better if one of the brothers had to leave NXT. You could always make a situation where he could come back. But I think it was a weird way to kind of end that, because you have this guy who's trying to tear apart the diamond mine from the inside out, and he got one fucking person. So I don't know if they're gonna move forward and pursue it any further than what actually was, but I don't know. I just wish that they did more with it than what they did. But yeah, I think Kemp should have won that match. Caused the brother to have to leave NXT, and then maybe down the line, if Roderick comes back and he can fix Kemp, and the winner gets to decide something. Like if Roderick wins, he could come back or some shit like that. But I think the wrong person won the match. I would have picked Kemp if we were doing the predictions, because that made more sense to the storyline. Because once you beat Kemp, his idea of tearing apart Diamond Mine kind of goes by the wayside, because it's like, okay, cool, you just lost all that fucking momentum. But it was pretty hard hitting. I cringed every time he tried to slam that door, and fucking
had his hands in the way.
Yeah, I can't remember the fucking Julius's fingers were in there. I don't want to get mixed up with his actual brother. Putting his fingers in the door and everything. I know how they fixed that to make it look like it, but all in all, it was a decent match. I just think they should have changed the finish, and it should have been Kemp winning. Randy Rhodes defeated Alba Fire, which I completely blanked on the fact that Alba Fire is Kaylee Ray. I totally didn't realize that until the pre-show abduction in that haunted house that segment.
I ended up fast forwarding through that part. I'm like,
It was a little goofy, but good match. I'm definitely buying more into Mandy Rose.
Oh yeah,
definitely a favorite. Obviously changed her hair color, and
I like the hair color on her.
Yeah, but nothing really stood out. Obviously, she had a little help from the outside. Toxic Attraction once again helped her win. which is fine, for a heel that it works. So, main event: Braun Breaker, Elijah Dragunov, I'm not sure, and JD McDonough in a triple threat match.
Oh, it was a fun triple threat match. It was fun.
Yeah.
I thought the ending was a little not too spectacular, but I didn't really have a pick for the match, as I don't really follow NXT religiously, but it was a great match. Just and a little bit weird.
I will go on with the JD McDonough victory, but as a referee, how do you feel about this one hair in front of my face? How do you feel about how do you feel about a count being stopped, not by a kick out or an interference by another wrestler, but the fact that the referee just grabs your hand and stops the 3 count? It's unique. You see it once in a while, but it's a unique thing that doesn't happen too often. You see the guy jumping into the ring and jumping on top of the pile or something like that. But JD McDonough, he did something clever, in my mind, more clever, is you don't have to, affect your body by jumping onto a bunch of other bodies. You just grab the referee's hand from stopping the 3 count.
In that particular situation, in that kind of match, it's actually okay.
Yeah.
It was so close to being a 3 count, though. Like, they timed that so perfect for the drama. I was like, holy shit. To be the referee for that spot, I bet he was like, I hope I don't fuck this up.
Right.
But that was perfect timing.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, let's say I wanted to book a finish to a match. Is it justifiable, right? Let's say you're the referee. You're counting a 3 count. And right before you hit 3, they don't grab your arm, but instead they just slide their hand underneath your hand and you guys kind of fucking like high five, but on the mat. Does that count as a 3 count or does that break the count?
In my opinion, it breaks the count because
you didn't hit the mat, you hit the guy's hand.
Exactly. And everybody knows if you are hitting an object, whether it's a table, a chair, or a mat, as long as it's that same object, if a hand happens to get under there, then it's stopped. Say I'm on the mat and they put a chair there. I just hit the chair. Of course, I'm going to sell the chair shot to my hand.
I was just thinking that as you're saying it. I was like, what if you slid a chair in to break the fucking count? That should be a finish to a fucking show. That should be a fucking, you do a triple threat title match at one of these fucking indie shows. That's how you break up a fucking count. You have the referee fucking going full bore under 3 counts. Also, you have a guy slide a chair and you fucking hit it. You're checking on your own hand because you're fucking distracted. Boom, you come in. Heel does some fucking shady shit.
Yep.
Right? But could that cause a disqualification?
Depending on the situation of the match. In
yes,
this
they brought
situation,
a weapon in, but they didn't hit you with it.
It's a triple threat, and most triple threat matches, unless noted otherwise, there's really no rules, so a chair is legal.
I think we came up with a pretty good fucking finish to a future match.
Yeah.
But Braun Breaker ended up winning, retaining his title. On Halloween Havoc, awesome show. In that same article about Shawn Michaels, he did go on record saying that he wants Halloween Havoc to get so popular that it's more related to NXT than it is to WCW. Don't see that happening, but I like the idea.
I can see them working their asses off to do it.
Yeah, but I don't see it. I know they're doing good with War Games. War Games is almost to the point now where it's an NXT WWE thing compared to what it was back then. But you're always gonna get those veteran fucking fans who say like, well, yeah, but I remember Ric Flair, 4 Horsemen War Games, NWO fucking War Games. I think it's just gonna be based on the generation. Younger kids nowadays, they probably don't even know what a fucking Halloween Havoc 97 is.
And which is sad because you have all of the pay-per-views in one spot now. So there's no excuse that 6-year-old Timmy Johnson over here shouldn't be watching Halloween Havoc.
True.
But if there is a Timmy Johnson out there, sorry for putting you on blast.
Yeah, if there's a Timmy Johnson out there, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast and just keep sitting and learn something. On Halloween, have it good. Happy with it. Next pay-per-view is Crown Jewel. When is that? Next week. Next Saturday.
Of course.
Not this upcoming one, but the next one. On the 5th?
Yes. I think we're pretty much all booked that day. I don't know what you're doing. You're either going to be... Aren't you going to be watching? I got Rocket Pro, but...
POW! Fucking POW! Yeah, I got the fucking pay-per-view to watch.
Or SCW presents Wrestle Rage.
Mm.
The reason why Wrestle Rage is sold out is because of Aaron Xavier and SCW.
Fuck. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that's next Saturday, yeah.
We'll have definitely all the details for that next week.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You're going to have a full fucking boat on that Saturday, man. You got 2 shows. You're going to go win some hardware and then go win some Battle Royal.
It depends on where I'm at in the card.
True that. All right. Well, since we're getting there anyways, let's dive into the indie stuff. Talk about some Turtle Independent Talk. Before we do, I just want to remind all you guys that this episode of Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, is brought to you by CarterComics.com. Whether it's graded or raw, Carter Comics has got you. Go to CarterComics.com, check out their amazing store, pick up some comics, throw them in the cart, and then use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save yourself 10% in your entire order. Don't worry, guys. If you're an eBay fan, you can use the discount code on their 4 eBay accounts. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, scroll to the bottom of the homepage, find the links to their 4 different eBay accounts, pick up your products, bid on them, make an offer, buy it outright. Promo code FREAKNET will save you 10% on that order as well. CarterComics.com, one-stop shop for all your comic needs.
Hell to the yeah.
Oh, yeah, buddy. All right. Nubby, you got some tit, so let's hear some tat.
All right, I got some tit of this. Let me confirm one. Just going to confirm one more thing here.
Oh, yeah, take your time. Tell you what, while you're doing that, I want to play this. Well, I guess real quick. You talk about results for us. I'm going to wait for this. I'm gonna play a promo for you guys, but it's more relatable to I think IPW. Is it IPW or Rocket Pro?
That's for Rocket Pro, which is next week, but that promo is important.
So Rocket Pro, we're gonna talk about on next week's show.
Yeah, but we can play the promo today.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the promo now.
Fuck it.
Because here's the thing, guys. I haven't listened to this promo yet. I just know that my buddy Damian Saint isn't too happy about it, and I want to know why. And I'm going to play this for you, and you and I are going to hear this for the first time together.
So, withheld my pay, it's documented, this is an actionable position, correct? Okay, send me the files in the morning, I'll sign them, and I'll get them right back to you. I appreciate it. Damian Saint, that's me on the phone with my attorney. You didn't pay me. You said you weren't going to pay me if I sat. I'm here to tell you I had to sit. The reason I had to sit is because Marche and Grin at Darkness Falls went all around, and I couldn't see him to call the action for our fans, which I'm obligated to do. So I had to sit down and look at the monitor. All I did was my job. And what did you do? You whacked me half my pay. You kept food from my family. You kept money from my family. That's not going to fly. And to make that worse, you decided to send me a care package with this piece of crap autographed Damian Saint poster. And then the ultimate insult. Pack of hot dogs. Hot dogs and a handshake, Damian Saint. I will be at Harvest Havoc on November 5th. St. Joe's Park. I'll be there. And I'll be sitting behind my screen. I'll have my headsets on and I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability. Like I always do. You see, you can do all the shenanigans you want. You can make a mockery of me. I'll stand up, whatever. I'll dance to your tune. You can do what you did to me and Jay Beck. It's not going to stop us. We see who you are, and we won't stand for it. And I definitely won't sit for it. I'll see it harvest havoc.
Pretty strong fucking turtleneck coming from fucking Steve. But let me now I know a little bit about the situation with Steve and Damian Saint, but obviously you're more around what's been going on. So so Steve got his pay deducted because he sat down?
Yes.
There has to be more to that.
He was told to stand for the whole show.
Okay,
And
so why did he sit down?
because he wanted to sit down. He's an old man. I don't know. And you can't really. I mean, he could have stood there and watched the monitor, but I don't know. All I know is he sat down and he was deducted pay.
Well, Damian Saint's response to as he posted this video was, I took food off your table. I took money out of your pocket. I told you sat what the consequences were. If you sat, what the consequences were. You sat down. You took food off your table. You took money out of your pocket. Coming at me trying to play the victim, you made a choice. You knew the consequences. Really going to play the victim when you were really told what would happen. You made a choice like as if you can't look down. I don't know why you guys don't like Damian Saint because he seems like a fucking delight. Oh,
Well,
hold on a second. Steve, if you're listening, I'll take the poster. So, and yeah, I'll take the hot dogs too.
those look like good hot dogs.
I love hot dogs. Why do you hate Damian Saint? What's so wrong with the dude? The dude, I mean, from all aspects, looks like he's just trying to be a good general manager and do his job.
Well, I'll give him this. He is doing a great job when it comes to putting these matches together.
Okay.
I just don't agree with how he got the job.
Did he win a match?
No. He was a referee for a match, and he hit one of the wrestlers, Team RPW. Hit Team RPW as a referee with a chair and cost Team RPW the match to the Idols.
And because the Idols won, he became general manager.
Exactly.
So what's the problem? He stipulation, just went forward.
He assaulted Shogun
Yeah.
while wearing a referee shirt, doing a job because another referee got knocked out. He had to do his job as a referee. He was not provoked. No one touched him. He took the chair and he hit Shogun and cost Team RPW the match.
So what's this time? He's the general manager of RPW?
Yes.
Who was the previous general manager of RPW?
J-Beck.
So did J-Beck make this match and make the stipulation?
No. He made the stipulation that if Team...
Help me out here, Nubby. Help me out here.
See, I'm confused. I'm getting confused. All right. So
who booked the match? Who booked the fucking match?
It was actually a mix of the head people of RPW and J-Beck.
Okay.
And they put Team RPW together against the Idols. And if the Idols won, they are in charge of RPW.
Gotcha.
And now J-Beck is no longer the GM.
So it doesn't sound like this is Damian Saint's fault. It sounds like it's RPW and J-Beck's fault.
We could say that because the team that they put together seems good on paper. But they put a bunch of guys together to have egos. Big time egos. When they could have easily put me on the team and I would have won. I would have won it for them. But
yeah, you're the fucking turtle, bud.
And I would have got revenge for what they did to me earlier in the show. So.
Yeah, well, it sounds like your guys' fight is with RPW, not Damian Saint.
Well, my fight is with Rockin' Rivera. He's got the title that I brought to the company. And it was stated on the Power Hour that by Rockin' himself that we've known each other a long time. I was like a big brother to him. So let's hit Big Brother Turtle with his own weapon that was given to him by an idol to win a match.
What a dick.
So that's why I challenged him.
Well, Rocket Pros next week.
Yep.
We'll talk about next week. So we'll dive more into that. But let's talk about what happened this past weekend, and I guess what's coming up this weekend. So let's recap some shit.
All right, we got some shit. We got some tit.
Got so much shit.
We got so much shit, and we got some tit.
Got some tit.
So, Chicago Style Wrestling had a show on this past Friday. Special guest was Eugene, former WWE star.
Which I do want to say, I saw pictures of Eugene with BJ. And was it BJ? Yeah. Eugene does not look the same.
No.
He does not look like the Eugene I thought Eugene looked like back in the day. I guess realistically it has been like 15 years since I've seen him.
Probably.
But yeah, but Eugene's still a great fucking character. I still think of many of the shit that he did. So anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get to what he did. All right. So the show started out with a pre-show match. I'm gonna butcher these names like I always do. Never heard of them before. It's Jesus Shell took on Ezio Orlandi. And I did not rep this match, nor did I really pay attention to it, so I don't know who won. Good job, journalist Turtle. So somebody won that match.
Wait, who wrote these notes down?
This is actually the card that I stole from the board after the show.
Oh, nice.
And this has nothing on it.
Gotcha.
At
least you got the match card.
Yeah. Well, it's easier than me writing the shit down.
That's true. That's what America's all about. Find the easy way out. I approve.
Work hard. Work smart, not hard.
Amen, brother.
All right. Futures Battle Royal. We saw a debut of Red Crimson, and he won the Battle Royal, eliminating Doom Montgomery in the end. All right. Into the main show. Deadpool comes out, welcomes everyone to the show, but he was immediately cut off by Black and Brave. They unmasked Deadpool, and it ended up being Steve.
Power Hour Steve?
Power Hour Steve, the GM, was Deadpool. It was revealed.
Fucking Power Hour Steve. Dude can do anything.
Yes, he can. So, Black and Brave came out. They have a new name, apparently. They're called the Hate Keepers. Seems like
I like it.
Name.
I fucking like it. I fucking like it.
I don't know how much I like them, but hey, I'm just an official, so I have no biased opinions. Hate Keepers, I do like.
Hold on a second. You have no biased opinion towards them or in general?
In general.
Damien Saint?
That's a little different.
Okay, just checking. Current high voltage champion?
Fuck that guy.
Okay. How?
Fuck Pow. I think you set me up for that. Look, anyway. Some situations require me to be
yeah. No, please. Go back to your unbiasedness. Love to hear more about it.
I am unbiased here because nothing was done to me, so.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Until something is done to me. See, unlike POW refs, I don't start shit. I don't strike first.
You just strike harder.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
But hey, we're getting off topic here. The POW's next week. Fuck them guys. Fuck you, Chris Hepburn. So they came out, that's the Hate Keepers talking all kinds of shit. Conan Lycan, who was supposed to wrestle Cody James, apparently had an injury that he suffered at AEW Dark recently, so he could not wrestle. So Solomon Topu decided to throw his weight around, I guess, and brought up a good idea, I guess, and told GM to put Cody James in his match with Quinn Whitlock. So GM thought this was a good idea because that means Solomon Topu gets his ass beat by two people. So it worked out.
Whoa!
Excuse me. So it was then later, Axel Rico came out on the mic through the crowd, telling the Hate Keepers to shut the fuck up. He's done talking. All the talking needs to stop, and he wanted his match with Shane Hollister right then and there. So all this led to the match: Shane Hollister versus Alex Rico. The Hate Keepers tried to get involved, but a little bit of miscommunication happened, and Axel Rico took advantage and beat Shane Hollister. Thoughts or concerns?
Oh man,
Cool. Match.
cool.
Match
here's
two.
here's the thing I'll tell you, and actually it was brought to my attention when you're doing these tits. It was expressed to me that I don't talk so much while you do it, and here's the reason why. And I want people to kind of understand this. Nubby is basically telling me a fucking story about a wrestling show that I didn't get a chance to see in person, and I love hearing about it. So I will throw my input in from time to time, but I like hearing more about this. I talk so fucking much. I think it's okay that if I, for 15, 20 minutes, I just hear and I just listen, which a lot of people say I don't do enough.
Well, at least you don't interrupt.
Fuck no. Only a couple times. But when I do, it's funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm still going to ask you anyway.
Oh, no, and I appreciate you do asking. I do appreciate it. It just, 9 times out of 10, I'll have a response. But if I think you've explained it clearly and enough, I think we're good to move on.
All right, so we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Match 2. It was the Scramble of Doom. Joey Mayberry versus the dog-faced bastard Greg Murray versus Mario Bardua versus Evil Sierra versus Marco Anthony and versus Trent Hammer. Evil Sierra wins by being evil.
Fucking love Evil Sierra. Still one of my favorite local fucking women's wrestlers.
Hell yeah. During the match, there was a little bit of miscommunication between Mario and Joey because they're part of the same group-ish of, Team Babushka, but they gotta understand it's like a battle royal that every man, woman for themselves, so they did fight a little bit in the back. I had to break it up. I almost lost a tooth. I think Mario almost bit me. Or was that, Joey? I don't know. Either way.
You don't know who almost bit you?
Well, it was a rough situation. Hopefully the cameras got it. If not, oh well. Alright, a trios tag match. Ryan Matthews, Jax Johnson, and Dinestra versus Jay Thunder, who took the place of Adam Stallion, versus TJ Steele and Acid Jazz. Matthews wins the match for his team, doing dirty stuff to Jazz.
Oh, hey, Nubby, real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you. So I'm in the process of inviting somebody to our podcast next week, and I just realized that it was 1 year ago today, thanks to Facebook Memories, that JFW was first mentioned on the Power Hour.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Fucking
and I was
amazing.
and I was a hater back then.
You fucking monster.
I was a monster.
Hey, but look at this, man. Cactus Rack for commentary. Look at you. You're a fucking prophet.
And it happened. She became a commentator.
JFW got owned.
Things have changed since then, for sure.
JFW got owned. What the fuck, Nubby?
And to think, Steve spent the whole year saying I didn't have his back. I clearly had his back then.
It's okay. Being defeated isn't the end of the world. You'll find a new way to cope and move on.
It's the past, bro.
You motherfucker.
I was a monster.
God. Awesome. Good fucking times. Oh yeah, your title shot for the high voltage title is still pending.
All right.
Nothing to do with what I just read.
Well, shit, I'm pretty sure it would have been canceled if you were gonna throw that at my face.
I wouldn't do that. I don't like to miss personal and professional lives.
That's a good thing.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
So moving on.
You're saying. Yeah.
That was a year ago. Things happened.
Right.
So, the three-way happened between Solomon Topu, Quinn Whittock, and Cody James. Pretty sure Topu won. I don't think anything, I don't see another match that BJ Porter repped and I wasn't paying attention.
Fucking
When I was supposed to, actually. I was actually supposed to be watching him.
Has he got better on his 5-count break counts?
He's getting there. Let's see. It was Heather Reckless and Cypher versus Shelly the Bombshell and Eric Schultz. Team Babushka. Cypher got the win for his team over Schultz. Heather tried to control Cypher some more. Tried to get him on Schultz, but Schultz ended up bailing on Shelly and Cypher, who was then hesitant to beat up on Shelly. He did pick her up for a choke slam and then put her down, and Heather got mad, kicks him in the nuts, started screaming at him, put the chain back on him, whipped him with it, and he ended up getting pulled away like a dog that he is.
God.
It's mistreatment, man. What happened to equality?
I bet he's stuck in the friend zone too.
Yeah.
Who the fuck just waved at me?
She just said you can't see her.
Oh, God.
Trying to be fun.
Is that fucking Joan Cena?
Joan Cena? That made her laugh.
Right, because I'm fucking funny. Why do you think I host 2 different podcasts? Why do you think I get talked negatively about a year ago?
That was a year ago.
And look where you are now. Now you're on a podcast because the other one wouldn't even fucking consider you a person. How dare they? And
Exactly.
you defended them.
Yeah, and all the treatment I got for me. Fuck.
Right.
Fuck,
right.
bastard. I get better treatment here, that's for sure.
That's right. That's right, because I love you, Nubby.
The greatest podcast
That's right.
in
Greatest
history.
faction of podcasts.
Greatest faction. We are the greatest.
That's why I do the intros.
That's right. Maybe one day I'll do it.
Right?
One
Hey,
day.
I encourage you to. Open invitation. Whenever you want to try doing the intro, it's all you, bud.
All right. Maybe I'll consider it in the future.
Right? Fuck yeah, we'll get there. Fucking get there.
All right. All right. For the tag team titles, we had a TLC match. It was Dope Kings, the champions, versus Big Mood, Jack Moody, and Mateo Valentine versus the Hate Keepers versus Alpha Zeta Zeta. This match was crazy. Tables were broken, ladders were broken, chairs were used. I had to chase Dope Kings and the Hate Keepers around the building. We went outside. Pretty sure I fell again. I don't know what it is. The Hate Keepers are now the new CSW Tag Team Champions.
Nice. Now, this was a multi-match, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
We all had our spot. I was the one that ran with those guys because they went through my side. I'm like, oh, well, I might as well go chase after them like a bunch of kids.
Aren't you? You're the senior official, right?
Yeah.
Send the fucking kid. Come on, Nubby. Yeah, you gotta assert that dominance, bro. You gotta let them know, like, hey, listen, I'm not gonna run for that shit. Go get it.
Yeah.
Right?
I should have. Next time it's BJ Porter's problem.
That's right, man. That's right. You fought that fucking senior fucking title. You fucking earned that
right.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next match: Chris Miller versus Eugene. Chris Miller got the win.
Chris.
But, yeah. Here is what happened during the match. And I was surprised that it wasn't brought up like he promised, or he said, on a Power Hour, but Eugene, caressed my belly. He was touching my belly. Because I'm
like a Buddha?
like he was like I'm pregnant. Almost.
Like he was rubbing your belly, or he was standing behind
He grabbed
you?
it, kind of grabbed. No, he grabbed it ish, like a couple times.
Did you grab his belly?
No, I was kind of like shocked at the time, but that also led to something else because.
Oh jeez, did it wiggle?
Well, it wiggles all the time when I move,
Excellent.
but that. So you know how I'm over, no matter where I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm fucking over. And I don't mean that, and I don't make it on. I don't go out there every time and go like this with my hands, be like, come on, cheer for me. I don't do that when I'm around. I go out there as a professional. But I can't help when the fans cheer for me. Well, it was during the match that the fans were cheering for me. It happens. Eugene caught on to it. Eugene then got their attention. Everybody got silent. He said something. I don't know if he said he wasn't going to do something or I don't know, but basically I had to do the worm.
Yeah, you did. I saw the video.
So I did the worm because the crowd said so.
And you did it.
And I did it.
Fucking crushed that worm, bro.
I used to get higher with the legs, but I don't push up it.
Come on. That was pre-senior official. This was official Nubby. You're pre-official Nubby. Or senior official Nubby.
Right.
You got the worm, though, man. The point is, you got the fucking pop.
I did.
God. And not only that, you were asked to do that by a former WWE superstar.
That is true.
That's a fucking spot right there, man. That's awesome. Hey, let me ask you, because I never got really a chance to see a video of Eugene like wrestle at SCW. Is he still working the same fucking Eugene gimmick, or is he just kind of like more of a normal guy just using the name?
No, he's He's doing the normal Eugene.
Okay.
Same music and talking crazy and doing crazy shit.
Walks out with his thumb in his hand and waving and shit.
Yes.
Fucking excellent.
There was a rock bottom. There was a people's elbow.
Was there a stunner?
There almost was.
What about a leg drop?
There was a leg drop, yes.
Excellent. Okay. Fuck yeah.
There almost was a stunner. Well, he called for an RKO, but either way.
Yeah.
And same in the end. He went for it, but Chris Miller pushed him. Almost got me. Luckily, I ducked, went under the rope, and got out of the way, and then all of a sudden, Chris Miller beat Eugene with the pedigree.
Fucking pedigree.
Talk about insult to injury right there. Because we all know Eugene had issues with Triple H back in the day. It was noted. It was noted by Chris Miller in his promo. All right, we got a main event. It was Joey Avalon, the champion, versus Steve Boz, who's the Metro Division champion. This match ended up being a no contest because multiple people decided to throw their nose in business to start beating people up.
Who's the official for this match?
Kevin Woods.
Okay. So it's on him to not keep everything organized. Okay, gotcha.
So, it was a no contest. Obviously, Joey Avalon retains the title. It was then, Axel Rico came out, more or less got a contract signed, or contract made up, by the lawyer, Eric Schultz. How he got that to happen, I'll never know. And it will be Joey Avalon versus Axel Rico at Second City Showdown 2 in November for the heavyweight title in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Special stipulation: if Axel Rico does not win the championship, he cannot challenge Joey Avalon as long as he is champion for the title ever again. So it's pretty much do or die, Axel.
Yeah. Eventually, he has to lose the belt.
Eventually. But to who?
No, I mean, respect for the fact that he's held on to it so long. He keeps finding a way. That's the genius right there.
Yeah. Not bad for a Wisconsin guy.
Fuck no. God, cheese.
Yeah. The cheese brain. So, as I said, next show is Second City Showdown 2, November the 18th, which is a Friday. We are going to see the return of Davey Richards and Ashley Gamboy. I'm butchering the name, but it's Damboise. You can look her up. She's a talented young woman. Pretty nice as well. Got to talk to her a little bit last time I saw her. It is also, we're having a Ring of Destiny match to determine number 1 contender for the CSW Championship. But, last but not least, for this show, is the Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, awesome.
This
I
year's
didn't know they were
inductee,
doing that.
yeah, they've been doing it for a while. Last year, I believe it was Ripper Manson. This year, Willie the Bomb Richardson.
That's well deserved. That's really cool.
Hell to the yeah. I am excited. We haven't really seen Willie in a long time. Especially when Chris Miller, I guess, ended his career before COVID. And yeah. So it's gonna be good to see Willie. And I actually did see him recently. He's looking good. He's looking ring shape. So maybe he'll get back in the ring anyway.
Well, I mean, we've seen it more than enough times. Just because you're in a Hall of Fame doesn't mean your career is officially over.
All right.
I'm surprised that there was no mention of inducting Ivan, knowing that he is officially done.
I guess it just depends on. I don't know. I don't get involved in that.
Well, the dream of JFW is to one day have a freaking Hall of Fame. That will happen at one point. Not sure when. Not sure how we're going to do it. Not sure how we're going to decide. But yes, I would like to have a JFW Wrestling Hall of Fame.
That'd be cool.
A just freaking Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Just a freaking Hall of Fame.
Right? I'd even wait till the second year before I induct myself into it.
You'll wait till the second year to induct yourself?
Yeah. I feel I'm humble enough to do something like that.
Well, at least you won't be the first. It's kind of like, your cousin. He didn't want to be the first Elite Pro Heavyweight Champion. In fact, he never was the Elite Pro Champion. He was a tag team champion. That was about it. So, that's very humbling.
Yeah, which Acid is a Hall of Famer himself.
Dreamwave, yes?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, 2013, I think, some shit that he got inducted. I know I got the screenshot of the website that I found it on, but yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Also, happy belated birthday to Acid.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Celebrated birthday this past Tuesday.
He had a birthday. Another year older.
Another year older, and still have an amazing top rope backflip.
Yes.
Crushing it.
Hell yes. So, that's the end of Chicago Style Wrestling. We are going to jump into the next night for Northern Lights Wrestling, where I took part in. I had a couple things I did. Match 1, Ewok defeated Shaq Jordan. After that match, I went out to the ring for a special promo. I wanted to hype up the fans, It's a special Halloween show, and I just wanted to thank them for all what they do. I always appreciate the fans, especially last year when, my first match in a long time at that moment, and they were into me, they popped for me, so I thanked them then, and I'm thanking them again. But I also thank quite a few personal favorites that were in attendance. But there was one person there that had a birthday and I wanted to do something special for her, so I was having the crowd sing to her for her birthday. So I gave her a choice. Either she would get in the ring or she stayed outside. Well, she chose to stand outside. I get it. So I counted to 3 and we were going to sing, right? Mm-hmm. Well, as soon as I hit 3, Will Emery comes out and talks and shit. It was then he mentioned a name in Beetlestain. Let me repeat. Beetlestain. And the moment he said that name 3 times, Beetlestain appeared. Now, mind you, I wrestled Beetlestain last year, and I lost. That's okay. Beetlestain came out and wrestled Will Emery. Beetlestain won the match. So that is what he gets for interrupting a birthday song.
What the fuck is Beetlestain?
Well, if you know Pitstain, then you know Beetlestain.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna
Cause it's a Halloween show. So he.
I get it. No, I got that part. I'm just like, Beetlestain. Okay, no, go ahead. Keep going. You're fine. You're good, man. You're good.
So, Beatles staying
Wait,
again.
did you get the birthday? Did you get the birthday song out?
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I was jumping right into it.
Yeah, don't leave me hanging on that, bro. I gotta know.
I got so after Beatles staying won, I got the mic back and I said, all right, we're going to do this the right way. And I promise no interruptions. And I made sure BJ Porter, who was the official for the day, which kudos to him for reffing all the matches and doing pretty well. Made sure no one else came out to interrupt. I don't know how tough he really thought he was, but hey. So we did sing for her. You probably know her. She's known as Ace. She goes to SCW.
Here's something I'll tell you about myself, Nubby. I am horrible with fucking names. I gotta see pictures, but if she goes to SCW, I'm sure I've seen her. Does she watch? Does she listen to the show?
That's a good question.
Okay, well, until you find out, I don't give a fuck who it is.
Okay, well, anyway, so I did, the song got off, and she was happy.
That's how much I love my fans, because of those who don't listen to my show can fuck themselves.
Well said. Anyway, so match 3, Axel Rico versus Leslie La Moon, another name I'm gonna fuck up. It's Leslie La Monica? We'll go with that.
La Monica.
Yeah. Axel ended up getting the win for that. Then match 4. It was a triple threat match which featured Jack Carpenter versus Dakota Russellford versus yours truly, the Amazing Turtle. And guess who won that match? Well, I kind of told you already, but tell the fans.
Well, you won.
Of course I did. Was there any doubt?
No, you're the fucking turtle, bro.
Exactly. I won with a super slice.
And what is that?
It's pretty much I fly in the air kind of with my arm out, hit a big move with my arm and, you know.
This is like a tomahawk chop?
Something like that. And I just roll. But it was more, I kind of put a flip into it.
I'm trying to figure out what this finish is here, Nubby. Is this a middle of the rope, top rope, or
It was me running.
You
off
run
the mat.
in, and then what? You just kind of you hit him in the head with a tomahawk.
Well, no, he was laying down. I hit the ropes, and then I just go over his body with my arm. And I'm
like a cannonball.
Yeah, somewhat, but I'm flipping-ish on my side, kind of hitting him with my arm and my shell. Super slice.
Okay, on board.
I'm cutting him.
Okay, see, when I'm thinking super slice, I'm thinking you're on the top, you're on like the middle rope, and you're coming down like a fucking tomahawk chop to the fucking forehead.
Nah.
I think that could be a potential move you add to your arsenal, though.
We're gonna work on that. I have other things to work on that people keep on telling me to do, and I want to do it, but I gotta practice it.
The fact that you don't have a move called shell shock.
I do.
Me.
I do.
Perfect.
That's the splash into the corner.
You know who else has a finishing move called shell shock?
Nobody cares.
Feed me more.
He doesn't have any finisher. He doesn't exist anymore. So he can suck an egg.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I won the match.
Fuck yeah, you won the match. Dude, we knew that was happening.
I did show some respect to Jack Carpenter because it is pretty much his house that he built, you know. Mm-hmm. And little history, me and Jack Carpenter both were Elite Pro.
Yeah, that was post-travesty.
Post-travesty. I even mentioned you to him, and he didn't know who you were.
Yeah, so. Like you said, man, he had to have come after I left.
Yeah.
Does he listen to the show?
I don't think so.
Then he could fuck himself. You know why?
Because he doesn't listen to the show.
Because he doesn't listen to the show.
Exactly.
I encourage you to let him know that. Like, hey, I brought you up to Travis, and he said if you don't listen to our show, you can fuck yourself.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't listen to our show can go fuck themselves.
Right, because
Wait,
they're not a fan of mine.
that means people in this house can go fuck themselves. I can't say that out.
John Cena? John Cena don't listen to the fucking show?
No, only when I have it on in the car.
Can she hear me right now?
No, she's in the other room.
Oh, tell her she can go fuck. No,
Alright, so the main event happened. Nubby and Tyler versus EJ Jensen, and EJ Jensen picks up the victory.
Oh God, I love Fat Eddie. Such a cool fucking dude. I was a tag team partner of fucking Fat Eddie's at the training school.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we were the Bastards. We came out to the fucking Bastards by Primus. It was awesome. We did have a couple matches with each other and everything. He was a pretty cool guy.
Oh, Dark Match Pro?
Yeah.
Is that what you were a part of?
Yeah. Whenever we would just stick around after training. I think it was usually on Saturdays. Like we had some matches and shit like that. But I don't know if any of my matches were actually videotaped or not. It'd be cool if they were.
You know, I did have a camera, an old school video camera, VHS, that had matches on it. I don't have the camera, but I think I have the video somewhere.
If you have the video somewhere, if you ever come across it, and there's a travesty match on it, I need to see it because it would probably be the only travesty match ever in fucking existence that's recorded. I know I used to do wrestling like in the backyard kind of thing with friends, and I don't think we ever recorded it. So if you ever find a video of those shows we put on at the school, and there's a match of me on it, I need to see it. Because it'd be the only fucking match of travesty, and it'd be fucking amazing.
And the actual proof that you did it.
Right? Yeah, because no one ever fucking believes it. I'll put that shit up on fucking YouTube too. People can see the long hair and the fact I actually knew what I was doing at one point. I know I wrestled fucking Eddie. I think I wrestled Chad at one point. I know I never wrestled John or Ryan. They always did their thing together. I don't think I ever wrestled you either.
Probably not.
I think Eddie and Chad. I know,
I wrestled John and Chad.
Yeah. I think I wrestled Chad once, and I think I oversold the fuck out of it. Like, I was doing, like, the Rikishi, like, somersault suit, like, clotheslines and shit. Like, I just oversold the fuck out of it just to have fun.
Alright, so that's the end of the results from this past weekend. A couple of shows I don't have too much information about. Got a couple matches to announce for IPW, but I got a special show to talk about here. League of Wrestling is making its return after a long hiatus. They're Chicago-based. They're having a Save the Center show, so it's a special charity show. Mm-hmm. They're helping to raise money to save, like it says, the center. The Paul Hall Center in Chicago is going through some stuff, and they need some help. So, the League of Wrestling, putting together a show for charity for the center. It's gonna take place this Saturday, October 29th, at the Veteran of Foreign Wars in Lake Station, Indiana, 2750 Central Avenue in Lake Station. Tickets are just $10. Children are $5. Doors open at 5 p.m. Meet and greet is 5:30 through 6:30, and bell time is 7 p.m. Scheduled to appear are the ARC, looks like AJ Flyer, Sheik, Sean Danger, Just Amazing, and Rage, Mike Strong, and a bunch of other guys will be on this show. There was no matches presented, except the ARC will be defending their tag team titles. C-Red wants it to be announced that they are the longest reigning LOW tag team champions because, not defending them counts.
They never lost it, and they still have it. It fucking counts.
But they never defend. Can't lose or win if you don't defend.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's awesome. Like when these independent companies kind of like collaborate with like a charity or a cause and everything to kind of help raise money. I think that's really cool. So we'll make sure that that stuff is shared on our social media and everything, so people kind of know where to find that and everything. And Lake Station isn't that bad. I think ARW does their shows out of Lake Station.
Yeah. I believe this is the same building that Crash Tessa was doing for a little while. If it is the same building, it's actually not too far away from the ARW building, so that's that. Again, it's this Saturday. We'll share all the information.
Holy fuck, Nubby.
What did I do?
I'm watching your victory over Carpenter. I'm digging the finish. Okay, now that I see it, I get it. You fucking like that's like you're like driving your fucking elbow into that motherfucker, man. Like,
yep.
Dude, God, that's fucking amazing.
Slicing them.
That's fucking. Imagine how awesome that would be if you did a springboard off the middle rope into that shit.
Well, I used to be able to do a springboard crossbody.
See, doesn't mean you won't be able to do it again.
Only time will tell.
Fuck yeah.
So, that is League of Wrestling Saturday. Save the Center. I've been to the Paul Hall Center. I've wrestled there once. Seen a few shows there. It's a nice place, and it's been important to the community. It's on 104th and Western, so that area, and it pretty much, that center's like, keeps, the kids off the street and everything, and they've been around a long time. Yeah. So it's a good, I support it.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for anyone to get out there, enjoy some wrestling and obviously, support a good cause. So, I mean, I think I got some free time this week and I might be able to make my way out to Lake Station.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna teach you what a mute button is, fucking Nubby.
It's all the way over here. I can't get to it.
Here's the thing. You got Skype opened up?
Yeah.
See the microphone there on the bottom, right next to the camera and the hang-up button?
Yeah.
It's a fucking mute button, bro.
That's a mic button. Oh, how nice.
I know, it's crazy, right? Because if I sit here...
Oh, shit. I can't hear him. What's happening? Oh, my God.
Well, here I am again.
Oh. Let me try.
Oh, see, yeah, no, I can't hear you. You can hear me still, but I can't hear you.
How about that technology?
I know, right? Okay. I don't have to cough into the fucking mic anymore.
I know. My bad.
You see me hacking up my fucking life over here, but you don't hear it.
It's true. My bad. I'm still learning.
How would you feel? How would you feel to sit here and give you all your shit? I'm just like...
Well, now, see, that just sounds crazy.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, so, IPW this Saturday. Not Saturday, Sunday. See, you got me all fucked up here. That's right, I'm blaming you. All right, Sunday.
I'm trying to educate you as I go forward here, but I'm teaching you shit.
Teaching me.
I don't want you to be known as the coffee nubs.
I used to be the farting nubs. I farted on your cousin during a match, but he didn't like that too much.
Did he chop you afterwards?
Yes. Indiana Pro Wrestling this Sunday at the VFW Hall Post 311 22341 Governor's Highway in Richmond Park, Illinois. General admission is 15, kids 10 and under are 10. Doors open at 1 p.m. Show starts at 2 p.m. One of the matches announced. The league champion, Aaron Stone, takes on Power Hour Steve. Is at the last event. Aaron Stone made it known that he's pissed that he's not had a main event match, and Steve has, so he's taking it out on him. I should also keep in mind that Aaron Stone is the host of the show, so essentially he is the general manager for the day. So he can make any match he wants. So, Steve did accept the match, and he's gonna be wrestling Aaron Stone for the league championship. If you want Steve's comments on it, listen to his or watch the Power Hour that's out there now. He had some thoughts on it, and he's going in for a fight. More plain and simple. He's not a wrestler, but he'll fight. Alternative championship match, we're going to see Ewok the champion take on Russell TD. For the Trios Championships, the ARC, the champions, will be taking on the workhorses. C-Red is so pissed off, so sick of the workhorses. He has made it known. I have heard the word fuck so many times in one promo before. I think C-Red takes the cake now. He's made it known that he does not like the workhorses. But nobody does. No one likes them.
Can't think of anyone. Yeah, can't think of anyone who really cares for those guys.
I don't even think their mothers like them.
Oh God, no! Come on.
They're probably ashamed.
They were abandoned quicker than a box full of kittens.
Sean Danger will be having an open challenge for his drinking championship, his beer drinking championship. What this entitles, I don't know. Are they going to be drinking for the championship? Does this mean anybody can challenge him? You're good with beer.
I'll fucking be there. I'll do it.
See?
You drink some beer.
Hell yeah.
I grew up in country, bro. I could drink fucking piss water. Fine.
It's funny because. Oh, go ahead.
I would say anything from fucking from Natty Ice, Bush Light, all the way up to something classy like a Guinness. I'm in on all of it. I'll fucking if I can win a belt and drink beer at the same fucking time, crush it. Fucking crush it. Nice. Fucking nice.
It should be noted.
You want to know do you understand why that was the best thing I ever taught you? Because you coughed so bad you shook your fucking computer.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be a loud, aggressive one. And because you're able to mic it, you're able to get that shit out. Fucking A.
So,
anyway, go ahead. Yes.
Speaking of the beer drinking title, Steve actually challenged him before for that title, and Steve ended up drinking piss. Like, actual piss.
That's phenomenal. That makes my heart feel fucking good, because that's fucking hilarious.
Another match announced, the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Nick Diamond, the champion, will be taking on my boy, Bugsy James. This should be a great match. And then, another match, I guess. It's actually called the Turtle Open Challenge. But, I didn't sign off on this. I did not issue a challenge. Now don't get me wrong. I'll take on anybody. I'll challenge anybody. I've done it before.
You're fucking impartial. Yeah.
I am not afraid of anybody. I'll get in there with 100 pain. I mean,
Good to know.
Scratch that.
Thank you for telling the booker.
Sustain. Disregard.
You know I don't edit shit out. Just to be clear, you said you step in the ring with 100 pain. Gotcha. Noted. Thank God I got a booking meeting tomorrow.
So, Aaron Stone, because he's the host of the show,
Yeah.
essentially makes the matches. He's putting me and he's calling it the Turtle Open Challenge. So, under his ruling, I have to challenge anybody. So I don't know who I'm wrestling on Sunday.
Wait, hold on. It's the Turtle Open Challenge is if you get to pick your opponent or somebody gets to step up and wrestle you.
Someone gets to step up and wrestle.
Okay, gotcha. So are you reffing and wrestling on Sunday?
No, I'm just wrestling.
Just straight up wrestling, gotcha. I just didn't know if they're gonna give you that double pay or not.
No. Well, no.
There's
And besides, I don't think Aaron Stone would allow that.
yeah,
He's obviously got something against me.
the Turtle Open Challenge should be the main event.
It should be, but we know what the main event is. It's Aaron Stone versus Steve.
Yeah.
And there's a roster full of people that I know I would love to face. So I don't know where Aaron Stone is getting at with this. I don't know if he's trying to punish me, he's not doing a good job because, as I said, I'll get in the ring with anybody.
It would be C-Red.
He's got a trios. Yeah, he could probably do double duty, but he won't.
Dude's a 20-year fucking vet.
C-Red won't get in the ring with me. He won't get in the ring with me.
Fuck yeah, he would.
Not without the ARC's help.
C-Red will walk right in, walk right through. Fucking man's a powerhouse. I don't know. I've never seen C. I really need to show up Sunday because I can see so many things. I can see fucking Turtle wrestle. I can see Steve wrestle, and I can see C-Red wrestle because I still, to this day, has never seen C-Red wrestle a match.
That's
I
great.
made it a point. I never went onto YouTube because I usually go on YouTube. C-Red versus blank. I don't want to because it has been this long since I've ever seen C-Red wrestle a match. The first time I do, I want to see it in fucking person. And Richmond Park is not that far from me. It's like 25 minutes.
And you need to show up.
What time is that at?
2:00.
Fuck yeah, I can. I need a front row seat though.
There's not a bad seat in the house, so
I want a front row seat.
I'll work on it. I got to talk to the information on liaison. I think he'll talk to the people that are higher ups.
Front row seat next to the entrance. I want to be able to slap your hand when you walk out.
I'll work on it. In fact, as long as you are going, I'll make sure you have a seat.
Yeah, man. As far as I know, I got nothing going on Sunday. This is like my first free week, and I don't got anything podcast or social media related. Everything's edited and done. God, dude, October is a shitstorm for Travis C when it comes to fucking studio stuff. But oh god, like I said, in the middle of the day on a Sunday, fuck yeah, I'll watch some wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, I get to fucking watch Steve fucking lose a match. Oh, cake.
And you let me know, and I'll make sure you have a seat.
Plus, I'm really eager. And I have to think, what if 4 people come out and want to wrestle you?
Oh, damn. And that's just 4 people I gotta beat up.
Is there a limit? I mean, did he put like only 1?
There's no stipulation. There's no rule. Like, nothing has been said. It just says, Turtle Open Challenge.
What if it's Hetford?
Not likely, because Chris Hedford's a bitch, so.
Not one bit.
I have a better chance of facing C-Red than I do Hedford, and that's pushing it.
Yeah. Well, I did invite Hedford to the show next week, so we'll see if he responds.
What'd you say? I got distracted.
You heard me. I invited your buddy Hedford to the show next week.
What?
Yeah. Wrestle Rage is coming around. Figure why not give him an opportunity to come on and promote the show?
That should be fun.
I'm actually considering maybe getting a hold of Damian Saint too.
You know, as much as I'm gonna choose my words wisely here.
Because what are we talking about next week? We're talking about Wrestle Rage and Rocket Pro?
Yeah.
Hey, wouldn't it be perfect for both of them to show up?
Both of them have the same mind.
Right? But see, it'd be separated. I'd have Hedford on for a little bit, I have Damien State on for a little bit, and then it'll be our shit. I won't put them all on at once because they seem, as much as Damien State seems like a pretty decent guy, he seems like a jabberer. He likes to jabber. I'm all aboard for you to talk on a podcast, but I don't want you talking more than travesty.
And if they're both on at the same time, they'll both want to kiss each other's asses, probably. I don't know. But I have to choose my words wisely when it comes to Saint. He did give me what I want.
True.
So I have to be nice.
Right?
I'm not allowed.
Bad guy.
I can't even have an opinion on his recent things with Steve. I have to step up.
Right. You're defending a guy who didn't even offer you a seat at the fucking Power Hour table.
Yeah.
Even though a year ago you fucking backed that dude.
I did.
Yeah. Are you got anything else you want to add?
I'm done with the tip.
Perfect. I just want to let you guys know, even though it is quite a ways away, Phoenix Pro Wrestling is coming back in April. It is Phoenix Attack Saturday, April 15th in Holman American Legion. Apparently got a few debuts there. Tank Bryson, the Summit, Tag Team The Summit, and Wildcard Mercer are making their PPW debuts at that time. We'll talk more about that show when we get closer. Obviously, again, like I said, it is in April, so it's ways off, but PPW has always been good, the JFW, and I want to return the favor and make sure you guys know about it, and we can talk more about it as we get that show.
Cool.
Yeah. I gotta make it to the show. I would love to go see a PPW show, but it's such a fucking hike.
It's up there in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, I want to say it's like a 5-hour drive.
That's like a lot.
It's so much, and that's like, me and Dizzle J were talking about maybe going up there one day, but it's like drive up there and to drive back, like we wouldn't get home until like 4 in the fucking morning. So we're thinking like, oh, we just stay in a fucking hotel and just fucking drive back next morning. But I was like, I hate hotels, dude. I don't like.
Yeah,
I'll stop.
a drive that far in one day does suck.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I've done it when I did the cemetery vlogs and everything. I drove for 12 hours a day for 2 days straight, 5 hours and 10 minutes. Day 1, 12 hours of driving. Day 2, 12 hours of fucking driving. It was brutal. But I will make it to home in one day. Well, I got nothing on SCW's upcoming show as of yet, but hopefully we will soon. Feast or Famine, I believe, is the name of it. Obviously we got Wrestle Rage and Rocket Pro next week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you guys don't remember, Ivan Manson will be doing his farewell speech at Black and Blue, the ARW event, Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. So make sure you check out the information on that and check that out because it'll be Ivan's, as far as I know, final appearance in the wrestling ring. Which means I get to schedule my part 2 to the Ivan Manson interview where we're going to discuss some travel stories and some key matches in his career. So you can find all the stuff about what we're talking about on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you are a wrestling company or work for a wrestling company that you haven't heard us mention yet, reach out to us so we can include you into the discussion about wrestling companies. Of course, you can find our show as they are released on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, and Podbean just by searching Just Freak Wrestling or JFW Podcast. Nubby, that's all I got.
I think we can ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travis.
I am the amazing Turtle Nubby Cowabunga.
And thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.